Welcome back. Well, we're launching a new segment this morning called Made in the 956. So each Tuesday, we're going to highlight people that are from the Valley, how they got to where they're at, and how they're impacting our community in a positive way. Now, you likely don't know this guy I'm going to introduce to you this morning, but chances are that you've seen his work around town. He's an artist from the McAllen area, and he's this week's Made in the 956.
It's just a feeling I get. It's a vision.
They say art is subjective, but for Alexandro Gonzalez, it's a way of life.
My method in creating art is more, it's kind of like a mental, spiritual thing.
Alex grew up in the Valley and started creating art at a young age.
I had a competition with my stepbrother. You know, he was really good at art, and so he was so good. You know, we entered this competition, and I told him, you know what, one day I'm gonna be better than you. And that's how it started. You know, I started practicing when I was in 6th grade.
And over the years, Alex's love and technique for art grew. But most recently, and like many, Alex hit a rough patch during the pandemic.
Rock bottom, it was like I had so much problems with family, myself. You know, with the pandemic, man, I had no work. It was just a combination of everything.
But little did he know that a social movement would be his calling for his art.
So I went to visit my mom, and she was crying. And I'm like, what's wrong, Mom? And she's like, she was just crying, and she's like, look, they can't find this girl. Her name is Vanessa Guillen. And my mom's like, son, you gotta paint her. You gotta do something about it. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? I will do something about it.
And after that mural, things really started to take off.
Cuando yo pinté Vanessa Guillen, I saw how it was just very impactful with the community, with everybody. You know, I was making people aware that's when I knew the art was very powerful. And I'm like, you know what? This is the route I want to take. You know, I want to use my art for the good, and gracias a Dios, it worked.
And since then, Alex has been creating pieces all around the Valley, big and small. One of Alex's specialties?
Drawing faces. It's very unique.
And he's drawn the faces of those here with us and those who are no longer with us.
When I'm painting someone that has passed away, right? Let's do that. I light up a candle. I kind of give a prayer, and I kind of like, you know, I look at the wall and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bless you tonight. You know, I'm gonna bless you tonight. I'm gonna give you life. I'm gonna create something out of nothing. And that's how it starts. And then everything comes into place like a puzzle.
In fact, he painted a face we're all pretty familiar with, our very own Tim Smith.
Oh, Tim Smith, he's a legend, man. He's a legend. I grew up seeing Tim Smith since I was a kid, you know, and then one day we got to the gallery and I'm like, you know what, Uriel, I'm gonna paint Tim Smith.
Alex says his art is his way of giving back to a community that has given so much to him.
You know, I'm really thankful I was rock bottom, because I was really thinking, what is that you want to do in your life? Do you want to work for somebody, or do you want to do what you love? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go all in with the art. Just go.
So next time you're out and about in the Rio Grande Valley, keep an eye out. You may just be right next to one of Alex's masterpieces.
This is what I love to do, and this is the greatest blessing that God has gave me.
Alexandro Gonzalez, Made in the 956.
What an inspiring story, and his art pieces are beautiful. No,
definitely. Yeah, and that's the point of this segment. We want to just to basically take the time to highlight people from all different walks of life. You know, we're going to have artists, police officers, teachers, just people to kind of tell their story. Because, I mean, I know we live in such a divisive time, and it's kind of just a time to just let people express themselves and talk about where they got to and how they got to where they're at, and hopefully just inspire others, you know?
And people can submit suggestions,
oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, hit me up on social media and all that good stuff, and you can watch it on Channel 5 News every Tuesday at this hour, and then we'll do it again on Channel 5 News at 5. So.
Awesome.
All righty. Well, we'll be right back. Stay with us.